Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today we're going to be talking about a trade, kind of dissecting it. We're at all-time highs on the NASDAQ, so why was I expecting it to go higher? What are we targeting and things like that? Because I know it's really scary when we're at all-time highs just because it's like, okay, what do we have to target, right? But like ICT says, you just keep buying until proven otherwise. So I'm kind of going in with the mindset of that today, but I'll be showing kind of some PD arrays that I thought were really well respected. And because of this trade setup was optimal. Beautiful. Now, let's jump into the charts and I'll be talking about that trade. All right. We're going to start on the daily time frame. Beautiful. So we had this daily fair value gap. We actually traded down into it, into the consequent encroachment of it. I did talk about that yesterday, but we did trade into it, into the consequent encroachment, while also taking out Wednesday's low, and then boom. When we see this reaction off of like a daily fair value gap level, I really like it and I pay attention to it because what'll probably happen is we will continue to push higher and create a new fair value gap or kind of aim for some sort of like highs. So these relatively equal highs or this weekly high right here. So we're kind of pushing up, and when we're trading off these levels, we want to see another fair value gap formed essentially, because now we're kind of breaking out of this range. So we're looking for the next potential consolidation range because we are in an expansion right now. Perfect. So we have that kind of daily understanding of, hey, we traded down to the daily fair value gap yesterday. We're kind of looking for that continuation today. So let's drop down to the 4-hour. Beautiful. So on the 4-hour yesterday, we actually traded into this order block like beautifully. We actually had this crazy wick because we had this crazy candle up and then a crazy wick down, and then we can see it hits and then just springs all the way back up. So like seeing that, I was like, something to pay attention to for sure. And then this during London session, we actually took out this high and the weekly high. Before moving back down, we did kind of trade into this order block right here. Again, we're kind of just like watching these levels. So on the higher time frame, we do have like this trades down into this 4-hour order block, and then we kind of see some more movement higher. Beautiful. Let's drop down to the 1-hour time frame. Awesome. I'm gonna delete that for now because it's distracting. Beautiful. So again, this 1-hour time frame came back down, filled in that 1-hour fair value gap. Then we moved higher in the afternoon during London, took out this weekly high, and then we had this kind of retracement move down into this range right here. And if we just mark it out really quick, let's say, we came down into the 50% level of this retracement move right here. So seeing that, we're like, okay, like we want to see it move higher off of these levels. Another thing I was looking at this morning though was this 1-hour fair value gap right here. I wanted to see if the market was going to respect it, move lower, or like a deeper retracement, or if we were going to break through and then of course close above this 1-hour fair value gap, which in turn tells me, hey, we're probably not going to be using that for sells, and we could potentially use it for an inversion fair value gap. But I was really just looking at it for direction this morning. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. Let's drop down to the 15-minute time frame now. Awesome. So we did make these London lows. We did take out some sell side liquidity here and here. Now the 15-minute order block that I was looking at was in fact this one right here. I'll label that 15-minute plus. Beautiful. Yeah, so we came down into this 15-minute kind of order block here. Why did I like that one? Well, So we look at this past high right here, right? So we were kind of like consolidating, and then we moved higher, broke out of that high. So what would be like the order block that we're looking at? It would either be this one right here or this one. I like this one because it just like came into that really nicely. We could use this one, these two down close blocks here, but this one's kind of like the middle one. So I just used that one, but you could totally use this one as well. So, and like, look, when we came down, we actually traded to this order block beautifully right here. So seeing that like respect of this order block, I was like, okay, we want to see the respect of it again. And we do here. And then of course we were kind of waiting to see, hey, are we going to move higher? We did take out some sell side liquidity here before eventually breaking out of that 1 hour order block. Beautiful. So after we broke out of that 1 hour order block, or 1 hour fair value gap, and then we moved higher again, we actually have like a break of market structure here. And here I was actually, so when I'm looking at the screens, I'm looking at the 15, the 5, and the 1 minute at the same time. And I did show that before in one of my previous videos. I'll even show you guys right now, just really quick. So what I'm looking at is 15 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute, right? Essentially, I saw that we had made this move, but I wasn't willing to get into a buy like up here. I wanted to see it retrace. And I noticed that we made this 15-minute fair value gap. So I'm just gonna mark that out so you guys can see it. I wanted to see the market trade back down into this area before moving higher. And yeah, we just wanted to wait for a retracement move before getting into the market. We were okay if the market was just going to keep spooling higher and higher and higher, but if we were going to enter today, we wanted to wait for that retracement. So, coffee pause. Cheers, guys. So let's drop down to the 5 minute. Again, on the 5 minute, I was like looking, I was just watching to see what was happening. We did have this crazy wick, which was crazy. But again, no fair value gap, right? So there was really nothing here. I did like this kind of order block, but again, we had that 15-minute fair value gap. That was our main kind of level that we wanted to see respected. We do see like we have this kind of respect of that 1 hour fair value gap before closing above it. It comes back down. So we're just kind of watching. But on the 1 minute is really where I was paying attention to, just because I was trading on the 1 minute and we already had a hard time frame analysis of wanting to buy. Perfect. So we actually have relative equal lows right here where the market came down. We also have this kind of short-term sell-side liquidity. This is where the 15-minute fair value gap was formed, but we wanted to see short-term sell-side liquidity taken before getting into the market. And we also have this 1 minute fair value gap here. So my entry was on this 1 minute fair value gap, but why did I like this entry? I liked it because we took out short-term sell-side liquidity, and we also had this 1 minute fair value gap inside the 15-minute fair value gap, and that was like really big for me. I was like, that's perfect when that happens. I also liked how the market respected this kind of 1 minute order block here, right? So we were kind of watching these areas. I didn't want to see the market go below this 15-minute fair value gap because I still wanted it to be bullish, right? Like if I was going to close it in or move lower, it was just not the proper trade, but we were just watching. And we also marked out this range right here. As we can see, this low to this high, we came back down right into that perfect, the 0.705 level, the OTE level. Like that is beautiful, hey? Like let's just like look at that really quick. I'm gonna delete this. Okay, the level is 18144. What is the low on this candle? 18143.75. So we came down just a little bit more, a tick more, but isn't that crazy? So that was just absolutely beautiful. But for me, my entry was this 50% level and the 1 minute fair value gap. So my entry was right here after taking out that sell side liquidity, and we traded into that 1 minute fair value gap. I wanted to see the market push a little bit higher than this high right here, and my stop loss was just below this fair value gap, but also at that consequent encroachment of this order block here. So I was like, okay, if it does go lower, that means my trade's probably not gonna work, and I'm okay with it, totally okay with it. But we did take the trade on that 50% level, so just a little bit under the 1 minute fair value gap. And boom, it took about 25 minutes for our take profit to hit. And all in all, really, really beautiful trade. I really like how we had like a higher time frame analysis. I really like how we had our 1 minute fair value gap inside the 15-minute fair value gap. I really like how this market traded right down perfectly to this 1 minute order block, but not even that, like the OTE level, like all of this was just really, really beautiful, honestly. And the market even traded to that negative 0.5 level, extension level. And we'll see where the market goes for the rest of the day. But that is the trade. Gorgeous, right? I wanted to show you guys something cool too. So I'm gonna actually delete all of this. Delete all of this, and then we're gonna hop on the 1 hour. So we're at all-time highs, right? My drawn liquidity is actually this level up here. So the point, so 18295.00, like that would be like the drawn liquidity. Like if we could get to that level today, great. If not, fine. But I'll show you guys why I like that level. So let's start with this swing here. So I took from this low to this high, and we get this level right here, which is the 0.5 extension level. Now, that's all fine and dandy, right? Like totally, but I wanted to kind of just like confirm that that would be a good level. So I took another fib and I did it from the reversal swing. So this low to this high, and it's like kind of like the reversal swing to that swing. And look at how these lines match up. We have the one here, I'm gonna delete the larger one. We have the -1 matching with the 0.51. And to me, that's likely to be traded to. I mean, again, we'll see. We still got a couple more points to go before that is reached. But if the market does get animated in the afternoon or something, that would be a level I would look for. Yeah. Anyways, that is it for me. I hope you guys loved this video. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you guys traded today. Just give me some pointers, tips. What do you guys want to see in the next couple of videos? And yes, it is Friday, so I hope you all have an amazing weekend. And I will be with you guys on Monday. Who knows? We might do some videos on the weekend, some back testing videos, or like day in the life videos, kind of talking about mindset and stuff like that. But we'll see, because this weekend's pretty busy. So we'll see, but for sure I'll be back here on Monday. So with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now.